So now we will discuss about the evolution of gases exchanging system. Okay. In the last class, we have discussed about the respiration in human beings and also the cellular respiration, in that how energy is generated through the respiration. Now we will go to the another aspect of our respiration, that is the evolution of gases exchange system. Right? Are you observing this? Right. Now we will see how the evolution takes place in the aspect of gases exchange system in the living organisms. Right. Evolution of gases exchange system. Generally, a gaseous exchange is a common life process in all living organisms. So all the living organisms respire. So in that respiration, there should be the gaseous exchange. Exchange of gas means carbon dioxide and oxygen. Then first we'll start from unicellular organisms. So we know very well about this amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. So this amoeba, it also respires, but how it respires? So it has to take in oxygen and it has to expel the carbon dioxide. So here a simple process that is called as diffusion. Through the diffusion, the respiration takes place. So here the plasma membrane, through the plasma membrane, oxygen from the outside enters into the amoeba, and the carbon dioxide which is produced by the metabolic activities of amoeba will be again expelled out by the process of diffusion. Right? Oxygen enters into the amoeba cell and the carbon dioxide is expelled out the amoeba cell. So this process is called as diffusion. So amoeba, like unicellular organisms, the respiration takes place by the process of diffusion. Then another organism, that is hydra. This is hydra, and this is planaria. Right? So in both the organisms, gaseous exchange takes place by the process of diffusion. So obtaining oxygen and expelling the carbon dioxide. Then other multicellular animals are with a special respiratory organs. So each and every animal has a respiratory organ, but all these organisms will not have same type of respiratory organs. So respiratory organs mostly developed on the habitat in which they live. Means, or they are living on the land that is terrestrial, or they are living in the water, that is aquatic. Then reasons for the animals to develop different types of respiratory organs. So what are the reasons? Many organisms will have different types of respiratory organs. The reason is, one is body size. The second one is availability of water. The third one is the type of circulatory system. Then the next, respiratory organs in arthropoda. So here there are the examples. The two examples are there in arthropoda. One is cockroach, another is grass. One is cockroach and another is grasshopper. So in this, the respiratory system is called as tracheal system. Here, tracheal system. So there are the tube-like structures. These are the tube-like structures. This is one tube and this is another vertical tube. So this is the trachea. So here, the gaseous exchange takes place through the trachea, and there are spiracles on the lateral side of the body. Through the spiracles, the air enters into it, that is the oxygen enters into it, and then through the trachea, and there are some lateral trunks. So these are the lateral trunks. These are the lateral trunks. These lateral trunks again divide into branches, and they enter into the tissue of the cockroach and they supply the oxygen. So this is the tracheal system, that is a type of respiratory system in the arthropods like cockroach and grasshopper. Then respiratory organs in fishes. So this is fishes are the aquatic animals, and the gills, the respiratory organ is the gill, or that is called gills, or that is also called as branchiae. So this type of respiration is called branchial respiration. This type of respiration is called branchial respiration. Then how this branchial respiration takes place? See here, if you see in the aquarium, every time fishes will open mouth and drink the water. So the reason is always it is taking in the water. So these fishes utilize the oxygen which is dissolved in water. So through the water enters into the mouth of the fish. Here the gills. So this is a gill. This is a gill chamber. Inside the gill chamber, these are the gills. These are the gills. So these gills are highly supplied with the blood capillaries. So here, this, if we see the section of this, so the oxygen enters through the mouth. Through the mouth, it enters into the buccal cavity. So the buccal cavity will have opening into the gill pouches. So the water enters through the mouth and enters to the buccal cavity. Through the buccal cavity, on two sides, the water will come out through the gill pouches. Water will come out the gill pouches. So here, while the water is passing through on the gills, what I told, they are richly supplied with the blood capillaries. The blood capillaries present the gills, absorb the oxygen from the water and release the carbon dioxide into the water. So the gaseous exchange is taking place here by the gills, and the water will come out. So if generally, if you observe a fish in the aquarium, you will see on the sides there will be a little flow of water, means the water is coming out through the gill chamber. So this is the branchial respiratory system observed in the fish. So inhalation and exhalation both are seen here in this. Next, another example is from amphibian, which lives on the land and also in the water. That is called amphibian. Best example for this amphibian is the frog. Right? This frog respires with the help of two parts. One is skin and another is lungs. It will respire with the two organs, skin and lungs. The respiration that takes place with the help of skin is called as cutaneous respiration, and the respiration that takes place in the presence of with the help of lungs is called as pulmonary respiration. See here, cutaneous respiration by the skin. Here the skin is only the here respiratory organism. So the oxygen enters into the body and carbon dioxide comes out of the body through the skin. Hence it is called as cutaneous respiration. Then another one is in the frog, it respires with the help of lungs. That is called as pulmonary respiration, that is by lungs. So here the mouth, here is a mouth and the nostril. the air enters into your buccal cavity and then it enters into the lungs. Here the lungs will absorb the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. Here gaseous exchange takes place in the lungs. So this is both the type of respirations take place in the frog. One is cutaneous respiration by skin and another is pulmonary respiration by lungs. Then respiratory organs in terrestrial animals. In terrestrial animals, normally the respiratory organs will be the lungs. Right? Then what are those terrestrial organisms? Reptiles, birds, and mammals. Reptiles, birds, and mammals. So these are the terrestrial animals example. And here in all these, the respiration is the pulmonary respiration that takes place with the help of lungs. So here it is the human lungs, the respiratory organ of human beings. So we have studied about this in our previous topic, how our lungs work for our respiration. So with this, we have got an idea about how the gases exchanging system takes evolution from unicellular organisms to multicellular organisms. So with this, we have completed the evolution of gas exchange system. Then tomorrow we'll take another session and I will send you a worksheet on this topic and you immediately send the responses.